Hey guys, it's Bryton. Hey, I have a feeling that we're gonna be here for a hot minute, so get comfy, okay? I think it's time for a little update. A little update on my life. It's been a while since we've just sat down and had a chat, and I thought it was about time. I have always tried to be honest and raw with you guys here on my channel, but I haven't always been 100% transparent. And I feel like I'm coming to terms with a few things, and so I wanted to share them with you guys. I wanted to let you in on, I guess, some background, behind the scenes things that you guys haven't seen. So with each of my 3 pregnancies, I have had postpartum depression really bad. And I would say it's more postpartum anxiety, actually. And with each pregnancy, it has got progressively worse. And with each pregnancy, I don't come back quite to where I was before the pregnancy. And that's scary to me. And in all raw honesty, with Jackson's postpartum time, there were a few times that I had intrusive thoughts of harming myself. And with Brightly, there were a few times where I had to call Mike to come home because I genuinely didn't think that I would be able to stop myself from harming myself. It was a really dark time in my life. I went to doctors. They put me on antidepressants that never worked, and we tried multiple ones. Throughout the process, it's like a year after each of my babies that I've gone through this like really dark time of trying to like figure out who I am, this new like person that I am. Because I've changed after each pregnancy. And I'm sure if you guys are moms, you can agree with that you change a little bit after each pregnancy. But for me, it was my hormones changed drastically. After each baby, I just never came back to where I was. So with each pregnancy, I had a different doctor that would tell me a different thing. Some would say postpartum depression. I got a diagnosis for ADD. I got a diagnosis for PMDD. Like just so many different things that they told me that it was. And basically at the end of it, they were like, you know, it's been like 6 to 9 months and we don't know what's wrong with you. So, sorry. Like that's basically what they told me, was like, I really don't know what's going on and I can't figure it out because nothing's working. I had so many blood draws. They did so many blood tests just trying to figure out what was going on. And now in hindsight, I'm like almost confident that it wasn't depression so much, maybe a hint of depression, but it was mostly anxiety. I've been an anxious person my entire life. I've always had anxiety, but I had no idea that that's what it was, because I don't get anxiety attacks. I just always have this low lane level of anxiousness where I'm just always in that like fight or flight mode. Like I equate it to the feeling of like when you go on stage and you have those nerves, or when you get in a car wreck and it's like that fight or flight and like you're really antsy and worked up. That's how I feel all the time. All the time. I've learned to cope with it because I've had this my whole life. And it's hard for me to even recognize that that's the feelings that I was having, because that was my normal. And I just thought everybody feels this way. Like this is normal. But over the last year in my life, I've started to recognize that it's a little bit more than just normal, and I've started to try and get help for it. And I didn't know where to start, so I started with counseling, and I would go see a counselor, and I'm like, there's something just off. I feel like maybe overstimulated, or I just feel like I just can't handle life. And she's like, well, you have, you know, at times you have 6 children because you're a foster parent, and you know, it's probably just stress. And so she was working with me on ways to de-stress and ways to cope with stress. And it was nice, but it didn't help. And finally, over the last, I would say 8 months, I've been recognizing, I'm like, is this what anxiety feels like? Because everybody, like you look online and they describe anxiety so differently between each person. And also usually people have anxiety attacks, which I wasn't having attacks. It was just a constant level. Like it never rose or fell. It was just always anxious. And so I think that I had a hard time putting a name to it. Well, I finally told my husband, I was like, I think I'm at the point where I can't keep trying things myself. I thought that I had hormonal imbalances. I tried so many different herbal supplements and going to chiropractors and trying all these vitamins. We did blood labs to figure out if my hormones were off, and everything always looked perfect, and nothing ever helped. Genuinely, nothing ever helped. I went and saw a doctor in June, and I was like, this is what I think's going on. And he's like, all right, well, let's just try some anti-anxiety meds. You guys, simple as that, anti-anxiety meds. And that first day taking that pill, I was like, oh, here goes nothing. Like, here's the first day of the rest of my life of being on drugs. But sorry if you can hear my kids pounding on the piano in the background. But you guys, seriously, instantly, anxiety was gone. I've never had such a happy day in my life. I was just so joyful. I was like light as a feather, and I was like, oh my goodness, my life is so great. Everything is so great. Oh my gosh, I love everyone. And it just was so nice. But that medication caused side effects of, I was vomiting for hours every day. So we're still in the process of finding a medication that works for me. But I don't know why I share that, but I do. There's what's going on behind the scenes. I feel like I haven't been 100% transparent. That's why I've been missing a lot, is because I have anxiety, and I don't know what you're gonna get from me every day, and that makes life really complicated. Now, not to say that it is like totally controlling my life, because I'm still able to function, and when I need to, I can function perfectly well. But like the second that I have downtime, I am really anxious, and so I always fill my life really full of too much stuff, like projects constantly and things to do, because I just want there to be something to occupy my time. So anyways, apparently I have anxiety, and I never knew it. Like, seriously. So I've been spending the last 8 months just trying to figure out how my body ticks, how my brain ticks, how I work. And it's been kind of empowering and cool just figuring me out. And I think that it has been very, very helpful in helping me to be able to tell the doctor what's going on and figuring out how, our plan of action moving forward. There's a really quick update on me. I'm crazy. Surprise! I'm sure you guys already knew that, right? Also, here's another really quick update for you. Foster care. We are in this process. We started this process 3 years ago in October, so almost 3 years ago. In a month and a half, it'll be 3 years since we started this fostering journey, hoping to adopt. It's not looking very positive, you guys, and I want to do a whole separate video on that. Anyways, I want to do a whole separate video on that. Anyways, there's some quick updates for you. We are homeschooling, you guys know, with Good and the Beautiful. It's going beautifully. I love it so much. My kids love it too. We got into a co-op. It's actually our old co-op that we were in 3 years ago, and we got back into that one. They bumped us up to the top of the waiting list because they needed us. They're like, we'll bump you to the top if you're willing to teach a class. And I'm like, well, I've done it before, so happily. So I'm excited about that because they were full, and I didn't think that we'd get in with them. But homeschooling is going so well. We started July 9th, so we're like a month and a half into it, just about. And it's going really well. And yeah, life is busy, crazy busy. Mike got his real estate license. Just something that he's always dreamed of doing. He still is working as a physical therapist, but he wanted to also get his real estate license because he's just always loved real estate. So that's fun, and life is just crazy busy. While we have foster kids, I hate it, but we can't do a whole lot of videos. I can do these sit-down type videos, but I can't do any because it's hard to edit them out and stuff and avoid them. But once we're done with foster care, I really want to do more vlogs and pick up the camera more because I miss you guys. Y'all are like the best community ever. You guys are always so encouraging to me and just a positive place in my life, and I really love it. So I want to be able to communicate with you guys more. But in the meantime, I'll get up a few videos here and there. I hope you all are well. I love you all to pieces. Leave comments below because I really genuinely love communicating with you. I love hearing your comments and being able to reply to them and have a little mini conversation on these videos. So anyways, hope you guys are having a great summer. Happy back to school, everybody who's going to school or sending kids to school. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.